Solve the following equations. We have 3n plus 4 equals negative 8. This is a two-step equation. So if after watching this video you're still confused, you could look up on the internet how to solve two-step equations and maybe get another explanation that is easier for you to understand. So it's called a two-step equation because we're going to do two steps. Our first step is to reverse any addition or subtraction, and our second step will be to reverse any multiplication or division. So we are adding 4, so we're going to have to reverse that by doing the opposite of adding 4, which is to subtract 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So then I'm left with 3n on this side. And then let's think about what we have here. We have negative 8 and, which means addition, a negative 4. So if I'm adding two negative numbers, remember the rule is that you just add the two numbers and your answer will always be negative. So that would be a negative 12. So 3n equals negative 12. Now we're at the second step. In the second step, we're going to reverse any addition or multiplication. 3n means 3 times n. So the opposite of that, or to reverse that, I'm going to divide 3n by 3. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I have n equals negative 12 divided by positive 3 is, the answer is going to be 4, but is it a positive 4 or negative 4? Well, remember that when you're multiplying or dividing, if the signs are the same, your answer will always be positive. But if your signs are different, like they are here, I have a negative 12 and a positive 3, my signs are different, then my answer will always be a negative. So the answer is n equals negative 4. To check that, I'm going to rewrite the problem, but now I think I know what n is equal to, so I'm going to substitute that in. So it's 3 times negative 4, and I'm going to put that in parentheses. You don't have to, but it helps me remember my order of operations, and then I have to do multiplication before addition or subtraction. So it's 3 times negative 4 plus 4 equals negative 8. I'm multiplying a positive 3 times a negative 4, so my signs are different. So my answer will be negative. Negative 12 plus 4 equals 8. Now I'm going to ask myself, do I have more positive or more negative in my addition? I have more negative, so that tells me my answer is going to be negative. How many more? I have 8 more. I forgot to add my subtraction when I brought my negative 8 down here. So this is negative 8. So negative 8 equals negative 8. That is true. So I know that n equals negative 8. Now I'll do problem number 2 in 8.3 if you need a little more help. Now we have the problem 2n plus 6 equals negative 8. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. So then I have 2n equals, I'm adding, I have a negative 8 and a negative 6, so I'm adding. So it's 14, and then it's negative because both of the numbers that I was adding were negative. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So n equals, now I have negative 14 divided by negative 2, so I know it's 7, and it has to be negative 7 because my signs in my division problem here were different. And when my signs are different, the answer is always negative. Let's double check. So I had 2 times, now I know n is negative 7, so it's 2 times negative 7 plus 6 equals negative 8. So 2 times negative 7 is negative 14, because when I multiply, if my signs are different, my answer is always negative, plus 6 equals negative 8. Now I'm adding negative 14 plus 6, And so I asked myself, do I have more positive or more negative? I have more negative, so that means my answer is negative. How many more? I have 8 more. So -8 equals -8. That is true. So I know that n does equal -7.